There's a specific kind of frustration that doesn't explode outward. It settles inward. It's the feeling of waking up early, showing up consistently, giving your energy, your focus, your time, yet looking at your bank balance and wondering how the numbers don't reflect the sacrifice. You're not lazy. You're not careless. You're tired in a way that sleep doesn't fix. This frustration doesn't come with complaints or public breakdowns. It comes with silence, with swallowing disappointment, with telling yourself to keep going, because that's what responsible adults do. From the outside, it looks like discipline. On the inside, it feels like confusion. You start questioning things quietly, not angrily, just honestly. Am I missing something? Am I doing life wrong? Why does effort feel disconnected from reward? And the most unsettling part is this: you don't feel entitled. You just want fairness, a sense that your work matters, that your energy isn't disappearing into a system that barely notices you. This is where the quiet tension begins. Not dramatic, not loud, but heavy enough to follow you into your thoughts long after the day ends. One of the hardest realities to sit with is working hard without feeling forward movement. You're busy, your calendar is full, your days are structured around responsibility. Yet when you pause long enough to look at your life, it feels like you're standing still. Not because you aren't trying, but because effort alone isn't translating into security. This creates a deep mental strain. You start measuring your worth by output, by hours, by how exhausted you feel at the end of the day. And when the reward doesn't match, the exhaustion feels personal. You don't just feel underpaid, you feel unseen. And that's dangerous, because it slowly erodes motivation. Not in a dramatic way, but in a quiet one. You still show up, but with less hope, less belief that things will change. This is how burnout begins, not from laziness, but from sustained effort without proportional return. When your income doesn't match your effort, wanting more can feel uncomfortable. You start policing your own desires. You tell yourself to be grateful, to stop complaining, to remember that others have it worse. And while gratitude is healthy, using it to silence your needs is not. This creates guilt. Guilt for wanting stability. Guilt for wanting ease. Guilt for wanting to rest without calculating the cost. You begin to minimize your struggle because it doesn't look dramatic enough. But quiet financial stress is still stress, and it still takes a toll. You're not greedy for wanting alignment between effort and reward. You're human. At first, hustle culture feels motivating. Work harder, push more, sleep less. Eventually, it will pay off. But when you've been pushing for years with little change, those messages start to sound hollow. You realize something uncomfortable. Not all effort is rewarded equally. Systems matter. Access matters. Timing matters. And pretending otherwise only deepens the frustration. This realization can feel disorienting. Because if effort alone isn't the answer, what is? You're left holding questions that don't have quick solutions. And in that space, anxiety grows. Not loud, but persistent. Nothing intensifies this struggle like comparison. You see people earning more, resting more, traveling more, sometimes with less visible effort. And even if you don't resent them, the contrast hurts. You start asking yourself what you did wrong, or what you didn't do early enough, or who you should have been instead. Comparison turns your frustration inward. It convinces you that the gap is a personal failure, not a structural one. And that belief is heavy. When income doesn't match effort, money stops being just money. It becomes a background noise in every decision. What you eat, where you go, how you rest, whether you take risks, You start postponing life. Joy gets delayed. Peace feels conditional. And the hardest part? Explaining this stress is difficult because you're working, so people assume you're fine. But financial stress isn't always about survival. Sometimes it's about stagnation, about feeling trapped between responsibility and limitation. When effort and income don't align, the emotional impact goes deeper than money. You start questioning your value, your skills, your choices, even your identity. You may still be competent, but you no longer feel confident. This is where discouragement becomes dangerous. Because it doesn't stop you from working, it stops you from believing. And belief is often the first thing people lose before they change or give up. Eventually, a difficult truth begins to settle in. Effort matters, but direction, leverage, and alignment matter too. This realization can be painful because it forces you to rethink how you've been operating. Not to blame yourself, but to reassess. It invites a quieter, more strategic mindset, one that values sustainability over exhaustion. And while this doesn't fix everything immediately, it opens a door. Progress isn't always visible in income right away. Sometimes it shows up as clarity, boundaries, awareness, the refusal to keep burning yourself out for diminishing returns. This reframing doesn't erase frustration, but it gives it meaning. You begin to measure progress differently, not just by money, but by control, peace, and direction. And that shift matters. Wanting more doesn't make you ungrateful. Being tired doesn't make you weak. And questioning the gap between effort and income doesn't mean you're failing. It means you're paying attention. The goal isn't to quit trying. It's to stop sacrificing yourself in the process. You can carry ambition without self-betrayal. But it starts by acknowledging this reality honestly, without shame. If you're carrying this weight quietly, you're not alone. Many people are working harder than ever in systems that don't always reflect effort fairly. That doesn't define your worth. It simply means you're living inside a complicated reality and learning how to navigate it with awareness. If this message stayed with you, consider subscribing and supporting the channel with a like.